Okay, so let's go to details. Let's go one by one. What these 5 steps actually have in themselves. So just recapping, BCP has got these 5 steps, and project initiation is the very first step. So we are going to discuss project initiation and planning. So let me write it down here. So step 1, project scope and planning, and planning initiation. So basically the key objective of this first step is to get a sketch of how the business continuity planning will look like, right? By sketch, I mean, like if I say C for cat, you know that how a cat will look like. So it doesn't matter if it is a black cat or a white cat, but you know how a cat looks like. So this is what we are trying to achieve in the very first step, project scope and planning initiation. So we are actually answering that how the BCP process will work and look like for this specific organization. This is our end objective of this first step. As I said, the end objective of business continuity planning is to maintain the availability of the business. But the end objective here is to know that how the BCP process will look like and how it will work. So this is first step. And there are basically 4 things we do in this step. These are the first thing we do is called business organization analysis. Business organization analysis. So what is business organization analysis? Is actually, if you refer to my last video, I said that the whole BCP, we try to look from a crisis point of view, like, okay, the business is down, what we should do then, right? So when we do a business organization analysis, we are actually exploring the different units of the business, different subunits of the business, and we are analyzing them from a crisis planning point of view. You can say, why do we need it? Like, why we are doing the BCP? This is one of the questions we answer here. Are we expecting any growth, or we are doing any merger or acquisition kind of thing? Then we do BCP and business organization analysis basically. Or we are downsizing, maybe in case of like some other company is acquiring us, or we are trying to get rid of some of the business. So those kind of thing will actually drive our organization analysis as well. So think of business organization analysis is actually finding, let me write it down here, what we are finding here in business organization analysis. We are trying to find different operational departments. I will write DEP, TTS, just for making it brief. So what are the different operational departments? Like there will be some finance department or a front desk or HR department. Those kind of departments we want to find out and how they are dependent on each other. Then we will finding it out, like what are the critical support systems. This is also one of the most important thing to know when we are doing business organization analysis. In addition to what are the operational department, we should know what are the critical support systems. Then very important is the corporate, what we call like infosec team or security team. We should know them. It's very important that we take them in confidence in addition to senior executives. So we should have security team and senior executives sort of organization chart with us. We should know what are the critical support system and what are the operational departments. So if we know all these things and we kind of document it in a Word document or somewhere, then we are good to say that we know we have done business organization analysis, right? Now, once we have done the business organization analysis, then what we do is we make a team, BCP team, right? We do something called BCP Team Selection, right? So what does it mean? We already have a team who is doing BCP, right? So these are a set of a small, it's a small unit basically, which is primarily the project managers, those project managers who have got some security experience, they know business, they understand ins and out of how the organization is working. But now when we are going to do basically execute the whole BCP exercise, it's not only them who will be doing, but there will be different teams who will be supporting them in doing that. So we have to take individuals from those teams who can work along with the BCP project managers, and that team itself will be called a BCP team, basically. So this is kind of, you can say, a team which actually is a part of existing team, but they support the BCP initiative, right? Once we have organizational analysis done, BCP team is selected, then we think of the resource requirements. Okay, so what resource we need in doing the BCP exercise, right? So here we can get the idea of resource when we did this operational. When we identified operational departments, critical support system, we already know what are the different resources we are going to touch. But there are certain other things like people who will be working on, they will need time and effort, and there will be some financial implication as well, like they may need some new computers, or they may divide their time so that then we will be needing extra people if they are not working in operations department. The existing team is not working in one department, they are doing BCP work as well. So those kind of requirement will also be taken in consideration. So when we think of resource requirement, there are three things we should always keep in mind that that will contribute to this resource requirement. One is the BCP development itself will need some resourcing. Then when we mature the BCP process, what's going to be happening, like we'll be doing this BCP testing, we'll be doing some training, we'll be doing some maintenance. So let me to write it down here: BCP testing, training, maintenance. So this will also need some resource. And of course, as part of BCP, we will be doing some implementations. This will also need some resources. So all those things will come in the resource requirement, right? So this is important to know these three things. When we talk of resource requirement, it's BCP development, testing, training, maintenance, and BCP implementation. And the last step is actually, it will go to the next page, basically. Legal and regulatory requirement, right? So when we do business continuity planning, it's not only the technical aspect or the financial aspect. There are some legal, compliance, and regulatory requirement as well that may impact our BCP decisions. So here it's very important for any company to include the legal advisors and any internal audit and compliance team member as well, who looks after the legal and regulatory thing. That also need to be involved. So this is basically the first step. I will be explaining more on the next 3 steps in coming videos. So stay tuned, and best of luck for your exams. See you in the next video.